All right, welcome back to Soft TV, the singer-songwriter series. My name is Farid Long, FGL, to you guys who know me better on Soft. And of course, right now we've got the young, beautifully talented, and she's a babe, of course, Anastasia Francis. Take it away.
This beating heart will not be suppressed. This high will not fade into a memory. Even if he never finds heaven in my arms, his hunger keeps calling like a melody. He's unattainable where the water meets the sky. He's a mystery. He's unattainable, but I want him for myself tonight. Rockstar, my lips will trace the patterns on your skin. Rockstar, I leave no traces with my fingertips, so that you'll always be free. Before you wake to the violent warning lights, come to the fountain, don't let it run dry. Midnight illusions, intoxicating stardust, the tears I don't permit now scald my eyes. He's unattainable where the water meets the sky. He's a mystery. He's unattainable, but I want him for myself tonight. Rockstar, my lips will trace the patterns on your skin. Rockstar, I leave no traces with my fingertips, so that you'll always be free. Rockstar, my lips will trace the patterns on your skin. Rockstar, I leave no traces with my fingertips, so that you'll always be free.
All right, that's Anastasia Francis. Thank thank you for appearing tonight,
Sorry,
Anastasia.
sorry,
Oh, okay. Well, there you go, live on the internet. And I was really glad to be able to get you to do the soft TV singer-songwriter sessions today. And just to share with you guys how I first met Anastasia. Yeah, a couple of months back, I think it was. And I like to source around and look for young up and coming musicians, singer-songwriters, especially now with this soft TV thing going on and all. And I tend to find them in the weirdest places. But I think Anastasia found me.
I did?
Yeah, you did. It was the other way around. What happened was, just to quickly share, I was doing a gig at the Prince of Wales in Boat Quay. And it was almost the end of my second and last set. And I was just waiting to finish off and go off. And Anastasia had been sitting in the audience for the better part of the second set. And immediately after my last song, she comes up to me, "Hey, can I jam some songs?" I'm like, "Okay, I'm done. I need to rush off."
Who's this random girl?
Yeah, I'm done. I need to rush off, but she wants to jam. Okay. And I let her she used my guitar and she jammed, and half a set later, 30 minutes later, she was still jamming and having fun. But that was a great way to get to know you, first get to know you and all. So, but you want to tell everybody out there how you actually started, what you're all about, your influences.
Which one first?
Well, let's start with your name, Anastasia Francis.
That's right.
What would be a totally irrelevant question, but what would be your racial makeup?
So in Singapore we call this Chindian. I'm Chindian, which is half Indian and half Chinese.
Well, what a coincidence! I'm half Eurasian, half Malay. So there you go. So it's two of us. It's all four races. We are sing. Yeah, there you go. All right. Okay.
So my dad is Indian and my mom is Chinese. Yes, but we're all Singaporean.
Right. And how long have you been playing music?
Well, I've been playing music since I was maybe 11 years old. And I picked up the guitar for the first time. Yeah, it started with, my family is very musical. So both my dad and my mom play guitar. My mom, she's a very quiet person. She's an introvert. And she used to, the only audience she's ever had has been us. So I picked up the guitar because I used to hear her play.
Were you self-taught or you had teachers?
No, I've never had anyone teach me, really. So my mom is classically trained, so she's just amazing. So I just used to watch her play and sing to me at home, and that's why that's actually how I started picking it up.
That's very interesting, actually. And what kind of stuff was your mom into, music-wise?
She plays classical music, and there's a couple of songs that she used to sing to us. The Arms of Mary and the Papa song, I don't know.
Arms of Mary?
Yeah, and I don't really
I ain't in the arms of Mary.
That one.
Yeah, you go.
Mom, are you listening to Farid?
Yeah.
But
I am jam with you, Mom.
But yeah, so that's how I've always loved to sing as well. So I just sort of wanted to accompany myself. Right. And that's why I picked up the guitar. I can't really play, I'm just faking it.
Oh, you're all right. You're quite all right. She's as good as me, I'm telling you, yeah, definitely. And you've got a very unique vocal style, I've noticed, from the first time I've met you, Okay. And is that natural, or do you try to emulate some different kind of artists, or was it just, a natural inborn thing with you?
I've never really thought about it. I guess that's just the way I sing. I've never tried to emulate anyone, really.
No, I don't mean, maybe subconsciously or anything, no. It's just, it comes out just like that, yeah?
Well, I guess all of us have influences and, have certain people that we like to listen to.
Right.
So for me, the first few singers that I, sort of fell in love with were Sarah McLachlan in Jewel, Alanis Morissette.
Good stuff, yeah.
Yeah, that's how I, So I don't know, maybe.
Yeah, tad bit maybe of, I guess it comes out. It comes in subconsciously as well, a little bit of Alanis, yeah.
I like to think that music, the music that we create is really our own.
Yeah. But
at the same time, we all come from somewhere. And all these influences, all these songs that we've heard before and that we loved, they're all in us.
Excellent. So well put. And that first song you wrote, you've got your jamming partner with us today. He's off camera right now, Justin Bannister. Would you like to tell us about Justin? I understand you guys have been working a lot together at the Prince of Wales on the Sunday jam sessions.
Yeah, so Justin is a good friend. So he's from the United States. And we kind of, the first time that we jammed together was basically quite funny. He was jamming and I asked him like, hey, do you want to jam? And he's like, yeah, okay. I'm like, okay, I'm going to write down these chords on a coaster.
Oh, that's so cool, yeah.
And he didn't know my songs because we jammed my songs. And also a song. Oh, he has the coasters right there. So
we need to hold up this. Okay, these are original Anastasia Francis paraphernalia. Check these out. The
going for 50,000 each.
Here you go, rupiah.
Right. So that's the first time that we jammed, and we just, you know, we're not an official band or anything. We just hang out. Really.
I think, you know, that's the best part actually. You know, when you just hang out, not an official band, and you just work with different musicians and you jam and you have a good time. That's great. I love doing that myself. I don't have the opportunity all the time and not much, but you know, it's a great feeling to be able to do that. You know.
Yeah, it's awesome. Like I used to, like when I was much younger, I used to, you know, have like I needed to have a band. So it's not like that anymore. Yeah.
Well, you know, one thing, I've played in quite a number of bands, different genres and all that. One thing is always been for me is that whatever band you're playing with, you always have to have your band members as your friends as well. You got to have fun with them. You got to party with them. You got to go a bit crazy with them sometimes. Yeah. Otherwise, it becomes a chore. Yeah. Especially if you're working 6 nights a week. My God, it becomes a chore. Yeah. So, you know, having said that, have you actually played music professionally? Done some gigs here and there? You like to tell us about?
Yeah, I went into the professional music world not too long ago, actually. I would say about 2 years ago, and year and a half, 2 years. And yeah, I've done quite a lot of what you would call professional gigs.
Would you like to, you know, elaborate more on your gigs and all that? It's all right. It's cool. I'm sure all our young listeners out there in soft TV land will just dying to know how do you make the jump from amateur to professional, the first big break.
Okay, well, so maybe I need to tell a little story here.
Go ahead.
Yeah.
So lots of time. Go ahead.
So when I first started playing music, I sort of got into the underground scene, and there is an underground scene in Singapore for those of you who don't know it, or there was. I don't know if it's still around. I guess it is. But anyway, so we played a lot of experimental music. We had gigs in abandoned warehouses, and it was pretty crazy. And of course, all these gigs were for free, or you know, we would have to put money in to facilitate these gigs.
The pay-to-play gigs, you mean? Yeah, that's something which I don't subscribe to, but that's another story for another day.
Yeah. So basically, like, you know, like a bar would tell you, okay, you can have a gig. If you have 5 bands, each band has to get 20 guests. That's, you know, but that's where we all came from, and that's where we started. So that was how I started. And then I slowly moved up and started getting paid for my gigs. And I used to play solo first. So it was just me and the guitar. And I think, like, in retrospect, I was really brave because I suck at guitar. I really can't really play. And, I can play to support myself. But back then, especially, I had a repertoire of maybe like 10 songs. And that's how I started. And maybe I played for free, and then I played for a drink tab, and then I played for $50, and then it went on. So in the past 2 years, it's been very interesting for me because I've been, doing it properly, and I've been playing in some pretty nice places.
I imagine when you first started playing professionally, you had to do a lot of covers, and
it's all covers basically.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And what are some of the covers that you actually perform nowadays, I guess?
What I normally play on a normal like bar night would be top 40s. So that would be, what is it now? Like Adele, Katy Perry.
Right. Why I've asked you this question? I've asked you this question is that how would you describe your music, your original stuff, as compared to the covers which you are covering? When you play all these outlets.
Completely different.
Different. Huh?
Completely different. I think my music sounds nothing like the covers I play. Yeah, they're worlds apart. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
And that first song, Rockstar, you wrote that song?
I did, yes.
And it was, I know, it's about me, right? No? Okay.
You're quite a rock star, sorry.
I'm being presumptuous, but okay, I'm just kidding. Anyway, so what was the inspiration behind that song?
Okay, so this song is one of the songs that I wrote in my room late at night in probably 15 minutes, half an hour, you know. And how do I put this? My songs, for me, I've never written them for anyone else or to please anyone else. I've always written them sort of as an outlet for me to vent, if you know, for lack of a better word, vent my emotions. And so this song was written one night when I felt sort of terrible. Like I was very floaty, and I needed to ground myself. And
were you going with any particular rock star that was the main inspiration
I was, well,
for the song?
that's another story.
Another day.
Yeah. So this song is actually about a love that is forbidden or unattainable, or it seemed unattainable at that time. It wasn't later on, but at that time, to me it seemed completely impossible. And you know, forbidden fruit is always the sweetest.
That's what they say, definitely. Yeah.
Yeah. So that's basically what the song is about. And my lyrics, how I write songs is I write a lot of poetry, and so sometimes they're like one poem is pages and pages long, and when I try to put it in a song, I write some chords, whatever sounds good, and I have to shorten it basically. So this song, I think it was pretty quick. Yeah.
And do you see this as a solo track, or maybe like a duo thing, what you did with Justin, or do you see it as a full, recorded with a full band, electric band?
I've always liked the raw sound. I've always liked just acoustics, and just a guitar, maybe just a piano. That's always been sort of closest to my heart. But when I eventually do record my album, and this song will be on the album, I would like to experiment with different sounds and different musicians.
That'd be cool.
So if possible, I don't know, a cello. I love the sound of the cello, violin, whatever really. I can imagine, like in my head, so many different sounds.
That's cool. That is a mark actually of a good songwriter, if you can imagine different sounds and different arrangements and whatnot. That's so cool, you know. And of course, we've been around the circuit now for the original songwriter circuits as well.
Yeah.
I've seen you in doing Kohi Coffee House a fair bit, Warren's place.
Yeah, that's amazing.
And that's, you draw fantastic crowds. The last time I saw you there, so we had a big crowd. It's too bad that we never actually had a chance to play together.
To jam, yeah.
Yeah, all this while. And of course, the diary sessions. You haven't done diaries yet?
Yeah,
right?
I haven't done that.
That'll be another good one. If you can do that, I think it'd be excellent for that show.
That would be cool.
Yeah. So
I've seen a lot of I think there aren't enough avenues for Singaporean musicians or musicians in Singapore to do their original music. So I think there should definitely be more open mic nights. Stuff like what Warren was doing at Kohi, that was amazing.
Yeah, that's definitely.
I think he did a great thing, and I'm very sorry the place had to close down.
Well, not close down. Let's just
temporarily
say relocate.
Relocate, yes, for now. But that was a lot of fun because I met so many different musicians, and I didn't know. I thought, because I've been around a fair bit and I've met many people, and I didn't know there was so much more out there. There were so many more different people with amazing music.
Yes, exactly.
And some of them are really young as well.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I think on closing night, if you remember, we had a particularly big blast there.
Yeah,
remember
that
the
was
last night,
fun.
and we had this guy from Malaysia, from KL, who came and played, and we had Kevin Ghosty around as well, and a lot of up and coming young talent as well, and that was a memorable night for me.
Yeah.
To be able to appreciate so many different local up and coming songwriters and possibly get them for the next show or somewhere along the lines, And what Anastasia is saying is absolutely true. You'll be amazed at the number of young up and coming singer songwriters. Just they've never had a chance to.
They need an avenue.
Exactly.
I need an avenue.
Yeah. Speaking of avenues, so what other locations, outlets are you playing right now at?
So.
It's alright, you can give them a shout out. This is
no. Well, last year, like up till maybe November or December, I was doing a lot of bar gigs, and they were all covers, singing covers all the way. And think that got a little bit tiring.
Yeah.
I like it, and I miss it when I don't do it for some time, but I kind of decided to take a short break and focus on writing, just writing and hopefully recording soon. And so now what I've just been doing is hanging out really with my friends at the Prince of Wales. That's also an amazing place.
I believe you're a regular on the Sunday sessions at the Prince of Wales in Little India, together with Justin as well, and a few other like-minded.
Justin hosts it.
Oh yeah, Justin's hosting, yeah.
Yeah, he hosts it now. So, but what we do on Sundays at the Prince of Wales is Justin gets up, he plays a set or so, and then, whoever wants to jam, just jams.
Right.
Yeah, and we've met a lot of amazing people there as well.
Yeah.
From everywhere in the world. But I'm there, when I can drag myself out of bed.
That's such a cool thing, and I know I've been promising to come down.
Yeah,
but I
you
haven't
have
had the
to.
chance, with family day and everything being Sunday, and I'll definitely try and make it down one of these days. Especially Justin's going off to Brazil soon, right? To do some music projects there as well. Hopefully, when he gets back in a month's time or so, yeah.
He's not coming back in a month. He's actually going for good.
I'm going until July of next year.
Wow. Okay. Wow.
I'm relocating.
He's relocating.
Wow. Okay. It's gonna be sadly missed, Justin. Definitely.
Yeah. I'm definitely gonna miss Justin. We all are. Yeah.
So again, coming back to some of the location, the outlets, the places that you played before.
Yeah.
Obviously, you're a babe, as I mentioned when I first introduced you. So, and having worked with different bands and bands with female singers and all that, we know that how customers can get some. Did you ever had to face any kind of lecherous customers? And how do you deal with this kind of customers and whatnot? Being a working professional musician.
How do I deal with such customers?
I mean, the younger ladies in soft, they need to know, we need to know.
You need to. You see, at the end of the day, they're customers, and you need to respect that. You need to respect the establishment that you're playing for. But at the same time, you can get pissed off. That's fine.
But so it's like you give them the limit and don't cross the line, or?
For me, it's very simple. As long as you don't touch me, I'm fine.
Okay. These are actually the curveball questions which I told you about.
So I'll tell you something funny. I've got marriage proposals.
Oh, wow.
I mean, people proposing to me. I've met
Playboy offer. I remember being shouted out once.
What?
Something like you probably didn't hear. No.
Playboy offer.
Playboy, yeah, something like that.
Yeah. So I think you just need to deal with them with a mix of firmness and courtesy. So I've never really had a problem, really. I mean, the people that I've played with, I never do these gigs solo. I always have someone, accompaniment. Usually it's a guy who sings and plays guitar, or a full band. So, I'm kind of protected in that sense. Like, I have guys around me who will sort of stand up for me. But, on my own, I'm fine. You just basically need to be very firm and draw a line. You need to know where that line is drawn.
Well said, yeah.
Yes.
Definitely. And of course, you're not married, right?
Not.
Okay,
yet,
everybody, she's not married, but you're
I'm
not married, but not available either.
I'm not available. Not supposed to say that on the mic, right? Because there goes my male fan base.
Again, number one rule of show business, never reveal, but it's okay. It's all right,
Yeah.
Okay, so we're going to do 2 songs only. I can't coax you to do
You want
at
to
least
jam?
one more. No, not live on the internet, definitely, unless we've rehearsed beforehand. So it's definitely just the 2 songs, right?
I think for now, let's just stick to 2 songs.
Okay, 2 songs. So what's the title of your next song?
The next song is called 9.
Okay, I remember this one, right?
Yeah. How does it go, Farid?
Puppet on a string. yeah.
Almost, yeah. Actually, he got it.
Yeah, you should hire me as a backup. You know how many vocalists when you do your live your album, man. Yeah.
Why not?
and vice versa, of course, because you, as I mentioned earlier, you got a fantastic voice, very unique voice, and definitely somebody I would like to work with.
Thank you.
In the near future, as a featured performer with Retro Groove, or maybe with my own solo projects.
That would be amazing. I would love to work with you, Farid.
Yeah, I've got a few gigs coming up in the middle of the year and all that, and definitely,
cool.
we can do something.
That would be fun.
Yeah. So, coming back to the song, why Nine? Why the song title Nine, and what is it all about?
Wow, okay. So this is a deeply personal song, even more so than Rockstar, I would say. So Rockstar was me sort of condensing my feelings and putting them all in a song. Nine is, it's also that, but it's also about a very specific incident that happened. Okay. So, as I said before, my songs are sort of like a diary, just that I don't write. I sing them. And so this song was based on an incident where I was seeing someone very seriously, and he liked to self-mutilate.
Okay.
So,
right.
Yes. And I had to, there was, 9 lines in the skin, and I had to watch that, basically. So
wow, that's heavy stuff, man. That's heavy,
pretty heavy, yeah. And I was, quite young. I didn't know how to deal with it. Very in love, but we all learn and we grow. And of course, I would never put myself in a situation like that again.
Yeah, I should think not. Yeah.
Yes. But okay, so aside from that, I think Nine is a song about. At that time, how I felt was that I loved this person so much that no matter what he did to me, no matter whatever circumstances would come, that I would still love him and I would still be with him. So, maybe it's cheesy to write a song about love, but I don't think so.
No, I understand exactly where you're coming from. And in fact, I applaud you because it takes a lot of guts to be able to write, such material. Like you mentioned, almost like a diary.
It is a diary.
It takes a lot of guts for singer-songwriters to do that, and more so to perform these kind of songs. I've got similar type of songs.
Okay.
And I'm petrified of performing them because you some things you just don't want to talk about or sing about, but it takes, and I applaud you for that. I'm going to get Justin back on keyboards and get you guys ready to do this next song. And
okay.
Yeah?
Sure.
All right.
So as you're walking off, thank you, Farid.
That's all right.
And I would just like to say that I shared that little bit about Nine and about what it's really about, because I felt that it's time for people to know as well. Because, this is, obviously, that relationship is long, done with and over, and I'm very happy where I am now. But it's quite a pretty song. Like, if you listen to it and you listen to the melodies, it's very pretty and sort of floaty, but it's actually very deep. So I would like people to know that, where it comes from. Yeah.
All right. That's so cool. All right, take it away, Anastasia Francis.
Thank you. I need a sip of water.
Okay, well, Anastasia has a quick sip. And away we go. This is Nine.
Puppet on a string, you let her down and you reel her in. Solitary web of lies, there's no disguise for her sin. Forever and ever, and ever and always, you'll be her little lover boy. Forever and ever, and ever and always, her broken heart and her joy. The places you have been, they whispered to her that she'd never win. She heard all your silent screams, counted 9 lines on your skin. scan the nights and the bright lights. Please promise you'll hold tight. She knows you've been there all along. The nights and the bright lights, paper hearts and bus rides, all belong to this song.
Thank you very much once again, Anastasia Francis and Justin. Thanks for being on the show. You guys have been
Thank you, Farid.
You guys have been great. I certainly hope you enjoyed yourselves right here.
I did very much. Thank you.
All right. So that actually brings us to the end of these evening's performances. You've heard Deborah Tan and then, of course, Anastasia Francis. So stick around for the next edition, which will probably be in about 2 weeks' time or so. And for those young up-and-coming singer-songwriters who would like to have a chance to appear, just drop James, Mr. and Mrs. James Wu of South, an email or private message, or myself as well on Facebook, whatever. And we'll see you next time on Soft TV. Peace out.